Hey, so this is how you make a smiley face pom-pom. So I've drawn my picture, right? And smiley face is symmetrical. So you have an eye on each side and you have a mouth in the middle. So I'm gonna make my smiley face all yellow, and I'm gonna make my eyes and my mouth in black. So this is what we're gonna do first. I got my pom-pom maker, right? And the first thing I'm going to do is turn my picture sideways. So when I'm making a pom-pom, I'm really only, since it's symmetrical, I'm doing the same on both sides. All I'm gonna really work on is just this half of the pom-pom. That'll give me both once I open it up, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I need to look at what is right along this bottom line here, right? Because that bottom line is equal to the first layer that I'm gonna wrap on my pom-pom. This is a really small pom-pom, so we're gonna make it kind of small. So on my first, you're gonna see all the way across, I'm gonna wrap yellow, 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 and then when I get to here, I'm going to wrap some black in kind of a triangle shape. And then I'm gonna wrap yellow, yellow, yellow again. So what I like to do when I do this is do the parts that aren't the background color first. So I'm gonna do this black part first, because the black part goes all the way from the center line to almost out to the edges, but not quite. So that's what I'm gonna do. I do not have black today, so I have dark green that I'm gonna use instead of my black. So what I'm gonna do, this is my arch, and I'm going to take this, and this is about where the mouth is, right? And it's gonna be like one little part of a layer here, but what I wanna do is, when I get down here, it's gonna be one layer kind of down here, or maybe two. It's gonna be thinner on this side than it is on the top. Right, so I'm gonna wrap it like this, but when I get over here, I'm gonna wrap it a little higher. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. It's gonna be higher on this side, I don't know if you can see that. It's higher on this side. And then it's just kind of like one layer as it gets down to the bottom on this side, okay? So then and that's because on my mouth, this part of the mouth goes up higher, and then it gets lower and lower and lower over here. So I've kind of made that basic shape with my black, but my green actually. The rest of this first layer I'm gonna wrap in yellow, both above and below the smiles. All right, so I got my yellow. And I'm gonna wrap it below in yellow. Like this. Okay. And I can then wrap it actually on top of the green also, filling in the part that's kind of lower down in the green or the black, filling in that part with yellow. So now I've got all the same height in yellow. That's the goal. And then I'm gonna keep going on this side, and I'm gonna wrap the whole thing now in yellow. So I'm gonna cover that green up completely. And on my top part, because I need to put my eyes in yet, so my top part I've just got basically one layer here, right? I'm covering my green up over here, making it nice and thick. Okay. Pretty good. Now, on this side, with my green, representing my black, I'm gonna make eyes. Now, in my picture, my eyes had some yellow first, and then I'm gonna get to my eye up here. So my neck, I've already done this layer, and then I've already done this basic whole thing here. So I've done basically done, if you can tell, all of this and all of this so far. So all I have left to do now is this little part. So I'm gonna wrap yellow, and then some for the black, for the eye here, yellow again, and then the rest of it I'm gonna fill in with yellow. So again, I'm gonna do my non-primary color first, So I'm going to wrap just a little bit for the eyes here. Just make like small dots, right? Just maybe 4 or 5 times around. And then I'm going to take my yellow and wrap on top of that. My yarn's getting all tangled. I cover it up so that I don't see any green, or very little. I can always clip it off if it's any green left. Okay. And that's it for that side. It's really puffy. There's a little bit of green there, but I can just shift that over, that's fine. I'll close it up now. Get my scissors. Clip my ends. Okay. I'm going to open the other side now. When I cut this, it's going to be the whole face of the pom-pom. So the back of my pom-pom is just going to be all yellow because that's the rest of the pom-pom. I don't need anything on the back. I could, I guess, make another face on the back if I wanted to, or a design on the back, but I'm going to make it all yellow. So this I'm just going to wrap. Just keep wrapping until it's about as thick as the other side that I had, which was pretty thick. Do-do-do-do-do. Keep on wrapping, keep on wrapping. It's getting there. Okay, it's pretty good. I'm gonna cut that. Close it up. And now I just have to clip my strings. Okay, so the back, when I clip the back, remember this is the side that I just did in plain yellow. Try the bigger scissors. Make sure you get all your loops. Okay, so that's just what that side's gonna look like. But when I cut the other side, you'll start to see the image coming out. You can make anything that's kind of symmetrical by doing this, just trying to figure out what to wrap on what layer. I'm going to show you this in a minute when I get it cut. It's hard to cut through because there's a lot of layers on this one. Okay, let's see if it worked. So you can kind of see how it's coming out. So now I need my piece of string to tie around. I'm going to tie it right through the face. And I like to make mine ending up on the top of the face. All right, so I've got it wrapped all the way around. Tie it. This is a trick somebody told me. You can do a surgeon's knot where you go around once like you would for a normal knot, and then you wrap it around again, and it kind of locks it in place when you pull it. So you pull really tight. One more for good luck. All right, and let's see what happens when I open this up. See if it worked. Okay, so he doesn't look like much right now, right? You can kind of see it coming out. But once I trim him up, it should start to come out. You gotta trim these a lot. You want them trimmed down pretty far. The cool thing about these pom-poms is you can always take out the pieces that you don't want. You just pull right out. So like for instance, I've got this line in the middle of my eyes. I don't know why. Pull that out. I've got another one that I'm going to kind of just scoot over to the side here. See? You can start to see his little eyes coming out. There was a yellow that was like in the middle of his eyes. I didn't like that. So you can start to see his eyes and his face coming out. You can kind of adjust the strings so that it looks more like the face that you were hoping for. It's kind of coming out, and the more you trim him, I found that you got to trim these more than you think. So this was a small pom-pom maker, so he's going to be quite tiny. I'm just going to squash his little eyes together so that they're better. And fluff out the rest of him. Make him into like a smile. He's getting there. He's got a little green piece down here I don't really like. Pull that out. Well, here he is so far. I could keep trimming him, but you get the basic idea. Like I said, you can just kind of pull out any thread you don't need, kind of blend them into place. And there you have it. Have fun.